Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyakate Satarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktarunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukham karoti vachalam pangum lingayate girim Yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dina Tarine. Hare Krishna. So today we'll see shloka number 28 of chapter 3rd. Title of the chapter is Karma Yoga. So let us chant the shloka. Tattva vittu mahabhavo
Tattvavitte Mahabaho
guna karma vibhagayo
Guna Karma Vibhagayo
guneshu vartanta
Guna
iti matva na sajjate.
Iti Matva Nasajjate.
Tattvavitta tu mahabhaho guna karma vibhagayo guna guneshu vartanta iti matva na sajjate. Okay, so please chant the shloka.
तत्त्ववित्तु महाबाहो गुणकर्म विभागयो गुणागुणेषु वर्तन्त इति मत्वा न सज्जते.
Tattvavitte Mahabaho Guna Karma Vibhagayo Guna Guneshu Vartanta Iti Matva Nasajjate.
तत्त्ववित्तु महाबाहो गुणकर्मविभागयो गुणागुणेषु वर्तन्त इति मत्वा न सज्जते
तत्त्ववित्तु महाबाहो गुणाकर्म विभागयो गुणागुणेषु वर्तन्त इति मत्वा न सज्जते.
Okay, thank you very much. So let us see translation. One who is in knowledge of absolute truth, O mighty armed, does not engage himself in the senses and sense gratification, knowing well difference between work in devotion and work for fruitive results. Purport. The know the absolute truth is convinced of his awkward position in material association. He knows that he is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, and that his position should not be in the material creation. He knows that real identity as part and parcel of Supreme, who is eternal bliss and knowledge, and he realizes that somehow or other he is entrapped in the material conception of life. In his pure state of existence, he is meant to dovetail his activities in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. He therefore engages himself in the activities of Krishna consciousness and becomes naturally unattached to activities of material senses, which are all circumstantial and temporary. He knows that his material condition of life is under supreme control of the Lord. Consequently, he is not disturbed by all kinds of material reactions, which is considered to be mercy of the Lord. According to Srimad Bhagavatam, one who knows the absolute truth in three different features, namely Brahman, Paramatma, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is called Tattvavit, or he knows also his own factual position in relationship with the Supreme. So, Krishna explaining Arjuna about a person who is in knowledge. So So a person who has proper knowledge but still engages in the prescribed duties, and the other person is who is not in knowledge or who is in ignorance and who engages in prescribed duties and gets entangled because of his attachment to the results. So here Krishna, yesterday's sloka, Krishna told Prakute Priyamanani, so the person um, under the influence of the false ego thinks that he is doing all the activities, uh, but uh, those activities are not actually carried out by the person. There are other factors also involved. So this is one person who does not know or who is not having the knowledge. So he gets entangled. So this is one type of person who acts with attachment. Now in this shloka, a tattvavit, a person who has knowledge, who understands the tattva or the absolute. So in till Krishna till now in the third chapter, until third chapter, has explained to Arjuna about soul, difference between soul and material body, and the soul is transcendental to body, is eternal. So he has given knowledge of the soul to Arjuna till now, and the material body is perishable. It will finish and it will change. So this knowledge Krishna has given to Arjuna till now. So a person who knows this, that he is something different from this body, does not get entangled. That he knows that guna guneshu vartanta. So senses and guneshu engaged in the gratification. So he knows that my senses are engaged with their objects, but I am not that senses. So I am something different from these senses. So he does not get entangled or attached with these activities. So a very simple example, if you see, uh, if we have car, okay, I have car, anybody has car. So we go to fill up the gasoline or petrol, right? So the car needs petrol. So what we do, we just go to the gasoline stand and we put the gasoline or we put the petrol and we pay, and that finishes our activity of filling up the gasoline and paying. So considering the car as a machine, to operate the machine, it needs petrol. So we fill up the petrol in the car and we don't think much about that petrol quality or how that petrol is, if zero point zero 0.01 is less or zero point zero 0.02 is more. We don't get so much emotionally attached into that petrol. Okay, so the what petrol I got or what petrol the next car got, we don't go into these details because we know the car is a machine and the machine needs petrol. Then it will be sustained. So in that situation, we are not emotionally attached with the car or the activity of filling up the petrol, right? So then we don't get attached, and because we also know that even though we fill up the petrol is going to finish and I have to fill it again. We all know all this also. That's why we don't focus much on the petrol filling activity. We just do it as a matter of necessity to run the car. So this is a crude example, but if we take our body also, so our body also needs fuel, say food. So we eat. So what we eat, how much we eat, what quality we eat, that we define by our taste. And so once we define what I like, what I don't like, I get attached to what I like. I don't get, and I hate what I don't like. So that is process where we get attached to the food also. That is where we are emotionally attached. Our emotions go into this. I like this. I don't like this. So that is the way we get attached. But if we know that okay, for this maintaining this body, I need food, so I should eat. So it does not matter if it's tasty or if it's what I like or I don't like. It should be so the tattvavit, a person who has knowledge, he knows that okay, eating is necessary, so I will eat. He don't get emotionally entangled what I like, what I don't like. But generally, we all are in a situation of likes and dislikes. Those are our desires. So, like this, like eyes, right? So, eyes is a mechanism, right? How the eyes operate. But uh, each of our body parts, they have a devta. So, I think eyes also will have a devta, some demigod or devta who will be in charge of all the eyes and its functioning and how it will work. So, devta is in say mode of goodness. Uh, I is in passion, and the object that we see, say television or anything, that is in ignorance. So, the eyes are engaged in seeing the television. Mm. So, this is just activity. So Tattvavid knows that the senses are doing their activities. So our hands, ears, everything. So he knows that all this is done by the senses and the sense objects. And how? What is this activity? This is done under the guna karma. So it is under the guna. So goodness, passion, or ignorance. So, so just watching a television, there can be your mood, how you will like. So if you are in mode of goodness, maybe you will like to hear some bhajan or some song which is peaceful, or watch some program, nature program. You will like that. If it's in passion and ignorance, then we watch some movies. In movies also we will have different types. So a movie which has a lot of passion, ignorance, there will be a lot of violence, killing, all these activities will be there. So, based on our mood, we like the movies also, right? So, so the senses, like eyes or the mind, is engaged in the senses. The eye is watching the movie based on our mood, right? So, a tattvavit person knows that, oh, I am not doing anything. My senses, like my body or my eyes, my ears are engaged in all these activities, and I am aloof from this. I can know that, okay, if you are in proper consciousness, you can observe that, okay, I want to see a passionate movie, I want to see some violence. You can observe that. So that is a mode of passion and ignorance coming up. So a tattvavit person knows that okay, now I'm in passion, so I will like this thing. I will like to watch this movie. So he don't get attached to all these activities, and he remains aloof from this. And this type of a person is the person who is in knowledge, and then he is peaceful because he don't get entangled. That we have seen that a person who is self-satisfied, self-situated, this is the person who knows that senses and sense objects are interacting. I am different, something different from this. So this person will not get attached into the activities. So here Krishna is telling Arjuna that you should act, you should fight without getting attached. Just do your activity, do your dharma, and by that you will raise your consciousness. Uh, so this is what Krishna is telling Arjuna to do. And now Krishna will tell more details about the person who is not in knowledge. Now he told the person who knows how the modes work, how the senses work, how he acts. Now in next few shlokas, Krishna will tell how a person who is not in knowledge, he will act. So that we will see from next few shlokas from tomorrow. Hare Krishna. So we can observe our activities and we can judge what mode we are into. Daily our mode changes time to time. So any comments, any reflections, questions? To Mahabaho. Arjuna is a name used for Arjuna is Mahabaho, who is very brave. Mahabaho, Baho means arm, big arm. So he should understand the good guna karma. Don't get influenced by it. Don't get attached. Okay, thank you very much. We'll see how an ignorant person acts tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much.